A mild-mannered professor inexplicably starts popping up in people's dreams, beginning to become a worldwide sensation before things go tits up. And he takes a leaf out of Freddy Krueger's book. It's the rise and fall of fame, which our main star knows all too well. Witness cancel culture at its finest in Dream Scenario. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. That's right, Dream Scenario, written and directed by Christopher Borgli, a Norwegian director known for directing art house films such as Drib and Sick of Myself. We meet a mild-mannered professor by the name of Paul, played with all the heart in the world by the one and only Nicolas Cage. He's a professor at a university tutoring in the subject of evolutionary biology. Riveting stuff. If you thought his job was a non-stop rockstar pussy magnet level existence, then his home life is much the same. He has two nonchalant daughters who know how much of a wiener their father is, and also a non-supportive, undermining wife. These are not my two distant daughters. This is not my bitch wife. Oh my god, what have I done? Things begin to get a little bit orcs when Paul and his wife bump into one of his ex-girlfriends and confesses that she's been having non-stop dreams about him. And no, before you ask, no, he's not the one that got away. No. She was just having dreams and Paul just happens to pop up passively and does fuck all. Then it begins a domino effect where everyone around the country starts dreaming about Paul inexplicably. All the dreams are based in somewhat distressed or unsettling nightmarish scenarios, and Paul just wanders into their dream, willy-nilly. And not helping the situation in the dream, no, just standing around, doing nothing, not helping. Pretty much how he goes about his everyday life. As subtle as a sledgehammer. It's not long before Paul goes viral, and he wholeheartedly embraces the notoriety, because he's always been someone who's considered not very interesting and boring, especially by his own family. It's not long before a grubby publicity agency get their hands on Paul. And this publicity agency do what publicity agents do best. They try and wring all the celebrity out of Paul and try and drain him dry of all the dollars and cents that can be made out of him, exploiting his celebrity no matter how fleeting it may be. They all do this so these college graduates who's representing him don't actually have to find real jobs. Then a certain individual comes out of the woodwork to inform Paul that he was anything but passive in her sexual dream, which gave her a massive lady boner, and she's keen to reenact the scenario. But then things go tits up, and not in a good way, and it's sort of the turning point in the film where people stop dreaming about Paul being passive, and then it becomes a nightmarish scenario. Paul starts turning up in the public's dreams and committing heinous crimes, which, puts everyone in a state of fear and panic. Then we see the vitriol of cancel culture. A generation of triggered pussies who wants to cancel someone because their non-reality fifis got hurt. As subtle as a sledgehammer movie. Yes, it's obvious that the film is tackling cancel culture and how the public can be swept up so easily in becoming horrible in trying to take someone down. How it's easy to blame one person for all their problems than looking inward. Because God forbid they should look at their subconscious, work on themselves, instead of aiming all their hate and vitriol between a straw boogeyman. No need for therapy here! But you better be wearing a helmet with how heavy-handed this film can be with its commentary on corporate America as well. All these corporate bottom-feeding maggots try and drain everything out of someone, a possible celebrity, and try and monetize every single fucking thing in existence. Always trying to push a product on you, some form of advertisement, and sell, and try and drain the beauty and creativity out of the world. This film is the right amount of awkward humour as well, having echoes of Beau is Afraid and adaptation. The awkwardness is purposefully bone-chilling cringe here. How we don't actually ever really say what we mean in any given scenario due to politeness. There's some magnificent hard cuts here too in the editing, which I think is the key to great film comedy. A great edit can provoke a huge laugh. There are, of course, a lot of horror elements here too, sort of tackling dreams and the sort of horrors that your subconscious shows you. How our brain can fuck with this, showing us the most, horrible things. Nicolas Cage is always brilliant, and here is no exception. And it's also refreshing to see him too here with a role embracing a little bit of baldness. Finally! You can't deny that the man is very brave with his choices. And it's really good to see him have a resurgence in film with his career. You know, movies like Mandy, Pig, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and this film, which he was also a producer on. I will say that the film had a very heavy sense of melancholy at the end, as all art house films really do. Wholeheartedly original in its concept, I've got to say. It can, however, be infuriating to watch at times, provoking anger, with how narcissistic the public can be. They love a witch hunt more today than they did bloody back in the 1600s. Yeah, people suck. Good movie though. Anyway guys, that's my cheeky little review of Dream Scenario. I do highly recommend it if you're into that sort of awkward humour, art house sort of film. But anyway guys, write down below if you've seen it, what are your thoughts on it, and what is your favourite trippy art house film? And of course, if you've made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up because your love and support keeps me going because I just love movies, and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because I give it an episode weekly, and I'll see you back here next week for the next review, and until then, stay spooky kids.